A U.S. senator from Virginia is going after Steam. I'm Controlled Chaos. In this video, I'm going to go over what this is all about, the positives and negatives, and things like that. Let's go ahead and get started. This senator from Virginia is going after Steam because of hate groups found in there and hateful comments and stuff like that, anti-Semitic, so on and so forth. Heck, the senator even made multiple Twitter posts about the sending of letters and the whole entire thing with the hate groups on Steam. See what I'm showing right on the screen. This is what I'm talking about. Now, he didn't find this out himself. There is a group called ADL, Center for Extremism, which did a data search on Steam to find hateful comments and hate groups on Steam. And this group analyzed 458 plus million profiles, 152 million profiles and group avatar images, and 110 million comments on user profiles and groups. Now, when they did this, they found 1.83 million unique pieces of extremist or hateful content, including things like swastikas, sonoras, just a bunch of really bad stuff. But they also found 1.5 unique users and 73,824 who at least one potentially extremist or hateful symbol copy paste and keyword platforms. They also found 1.18 million unique instances of potential extremist and hateful copy pastes, and they found 827,758 users and group profiles with avatars that contained extremist or hateful symbols. Altogether, this is less than 1% of the Steam community. So it's not a big part of the Steam community. Should it be there on Steam? No, it should not be there on Steam. But what this senator's done is sent a letter to Valve's CEO, Gabe Newell, to do something about this, to stop this. And in a way, yes, that's a good thing. I think it's a tactic of look over here and don't pay attention to what we're doing over here. Reason being is there is way more hateful comments and hateful groups on Twitter. And if we look at who owns Twitter and who their friend is, which is the president-elect, you can see that he's got a cabinet seat that he may have. So you really think that that Republican senator is going to go after Twitter? I don't think so. So what they're doing is they're going after a smaller group that's not aligned with the Republican side and what the future president is trying to do. If this senator really wanted to do something about this rise in hateful speech and things like that, they would go after Twitter and the bigger areas where the amount is bigger of the hateful speech. In fact, they would condemn the things that the president-elect has stated in hateful comments against disabled people, against Mexicans, and against Black people and people of color in general, and against women. And that's the thing. The president-elect does nothing but spew hate when you don't agree with him. He calls people nasty, disgusting, ugly, and things like that. The president-elect is about fear, not about bringing people together. And that's why these hate groups are coming out of rise. Because when he starts coming back into power, they rise back up. When he was the president the last time, hate groups rose back up. When he left office, they dropped back down. Then when he stated he was going for the presidency again, it rose back up. So those are the things we need to be looking at. Gabe Newell does need to do something about this. He does take part ownership of this because he's not commenting back. He's not making a public statement about this. And I think that this is a wrong move. I think he should at least come out and say, no, this is not right. We do not allow this in our communities. Here's what we're trying to do to stop it. Here's what we've done to stop it. Here's where we need to improve. Instead, Valve is keeping silent. Gabe Newell is keeping silent. And that is the wrong move to make in this situation. You need to attack this headfront, especially considering he was sent a letter from a senator about this issue. As soon as he got that letter, he should have came out in the public and made a public announcement about this. Just to help curtail the whole entire thing. Let people know that they're working on things or that they may need help in doing this and that it's an overflood of this kind of stuff happening. They may be in the background, we don't know, but they may be in the background deleting a lot of groups, deleting a lot of users' profiles, deleting a lot of comments, but there's so much inflood coming in that they can't catch it all. And that may be where this 1% of all this comes from. Who knows? Because there are millions, hundreds of millions of users of Steam and hundreds of millions of comments and groups on Steam. That's hard for a company to battle. I mean, heck, let's take a look at when Marvel sued Cryptic Studios over City Heroes because of copyrighted characters. The judge asked what Cryptic is doing to prevent players from making copyrighted characters. They showed lists of people complaining about their character being reset with a generic name and a number based on what number they are in line of making a copyrighted character, and then given gray tights. But they couldn't catch all of them because it was constantly happening over and over again. They were even banning accounts, and they were showing this, that players were getting upset about this happening, that were making these copyrighted characters. Judge determined that, you know what, you're doing the best you can with the size of a group team that you have for your business. It's understandable that some are going to slip by. And they dismissed that part of the case, stating that Cryptic is doing everything they can to stop this from happening. Gabe Newell and Valve need to come out and state what they're trying to do to stop this, if they're doing anything and stuff like that. Keeping silent is the wrong move. In this kind of situation, you do not want to keep silent about hate speech. You need to speak up and state what you're doing, what your plans are to stop this kind of thing right away. So that's what Gabe Newell is doing wrong. What the senator is doing wrong is he's taking a small group compared to the bigger group that Twitter has and the more community interaction that Twitter has, and ignoring that bigger one. And that's the problem. This senator is being selective. And as usual, the Republicans are going after the gaming community. They did it in the 80s, they did it in the 90s, they did it in the early 2000s, they did it in 2010, and it's rolled back on us again, which is why I'm saying they're doing the whole entire, hey, look over here, don't pay attention to what we're doing here type of tactic in my mind. That's how I'm seeing it. How are you seeing this whole entire thing? What do you think about all of this? Comment down below and let me know.